Hi, my name is Sandra Spataro. I'm the lead instructor for the first semester of the MBA program here at NKU. Just a little bit about me. I'm actually have lived and worked in a number of different places in the country. I'm originally from California. I was educated at Stanford and at Berkeley, and in between my time at those two schools, I spent some crazy fun years in Silicon Valley working in the software industry. After I got my PhD, I moved to the Northeast and taught in MBA programs in a couple of schools there and a couple other places, and eventually have landed here. I'm so happy to have landed here at NKU, and particularly in this MBA program, which I was a part of the task force that designed it, and I truly believe is a world ahead of most traditional MBA programs. The new design here has I think some really key factors that are going to make a difference for our graduates and make them more distinguished moving forward. The course I teach is called Managing and Leading in Organizations. It's the people course. It's the soft, qualitative stuff. This is stuff that I have been studying. I don't know if I learned more by working in Silicon Valley or by getting a PhD, honestly. I mean, it's the hard stuff of management. It's dealing with people and their unpredictability, and learning yourself to be able to influence people and get them to do what you want them to do and move things forward in terms of advancing the organization's goals. The course is set up at the beginning of the program. It's the first semester that you have in the program, and that was very deliberate in terms of our task force's design for the Reimaged MBA program. We feel very strongly that the ability to work well with people, to lead others, to manage, right, the day-to-day, and to truly be visionary and influential is absolutely critical to being effective in business. Whether you are a, quant jock analyst with your head in a spreadsheet all day long, or you're the CEO of some corporation, we want you to be effective at working with people. We want you to be able to get things done in the way you would like to. And critical to that is being effective as a leader and a manager. So we start off the program with this. I've incorporated into the design of the program things I've been teaching in MBA programs, from the Ivy League to small public schools to sort of different places in between. I've been teaching this kind of curriculum for over a decade and really enjoy being a part of the learning experiences that students have. The content of the course is designed along or around really two principles that I think are critical to effective leadership. First is, to be a good leader, you got to know the research, you got to know the theories, you have to know the models. We are able to understand human behavior in a lot of ways that help people to be effective, and so it's critical to have that knowledge. But then second, and absolutely no less important, you have to know yourself. You have to be well versed in your own skills, talents, values, knowledge, what you bring to the party, and how you want to develop yourself going forward. That's all very important to your development as a leader and to your effectiveness. So over the course of the semester that we spend together, we go back and forth between learning something very particular about you and then how that applies in terms of managing and leading other people, learning general models and theories about working with people that we know from research, and then looking at how those apply to you personally and what you want to do with those in your life going forward. So we're constantly kind of traveling along these two tracks of knowing yourself and knowing the research and knowledge that we have about organizational behavior. The course structure is what we call a hybrid format, which means that most of our class sessions are in person in the classroom. We meet twice a week for 3 hours in each meeting. But about a quarter to a third of the sessions are what we call here online, which means you work asynchronously. There's no coordinated time, but I basically give you a list of things that you have to get done by a certain date that cover what we would cover in an in-class session. We do that because we know you're working busy people, and we want to give you some flexibility with respect to your work schedule, your travel schedule, and how you allocate your time for this busy MBA program. You work in teams in this program, particularly in my course, and I'm finding that teams use those online sessions to get together oftentimes. Sometimes it's just personal reflection time. We try to build in holiday time kind of strategically, so you're not in the classroom during inconvenient times. Our goal throughout the program, particularly in this semester with respect to structuring the course, is to make it accessible to busy working people. We know that's what you are, you know that's what you're doing. I believe in the material that we cover in this first semester as so incredibly integral to success going forward for managers and leaders. It is absolutely my privilege to teach this kind of stuff, and being a part of some of the aha moments that people have in class, learning about themselves and being able to better interpret situations that they've been a part of, is really exciting to me. I think you're going to find that the knowledge you gain in this course is really quite useful to you in all aspects of your life. That's my goal, anyway. For those of you who prefer a spreadsheet and like x to equal 42 and for there to only be one right answer, this is a really hard class. We do a lot of squishy qualitative stuff. I ask you to look inside yourselves with a lot of answers. For many of the cases that we study, there are a number of things that could be the right answer, and you're looking at what's best given the criteria you're trying to meet. But the good news for those of you who prefer a spreadsheet is that from this very qualitative semester, we segue into the second semester of the program, which is kind of the hardcore quant stuff. And you get into very specific analytics. I'm going to leave that to Dr. Thompson to introduce, but these first 2 semesters of the program are foundational with these critical thinking, research, and self-knowledge tools in my semester, and then quantitative analytic skills in the second semester. And then you'll see in the ensuing 4 semesters you're drawing on both of those all the time. So it's much more sort of coupled together going forward from there. But we kick off with the people stuff, and I think it's an exciting semester. I hope you'll be a part of it. Thanks so much.